We have been in the industry of holding companies for all of our careers, and we realized that there's a better way to do performance media, and that's such an esoteric, silly word. Like, what does that mean?
Yep.
And so what that means to us is giving guaranteed results, whether that comes in savings or additional media or results.
I love that.
And so we've done that, and we figured out the model, and it has gone really fast and really quick with clients like Dude Wipes and Magic Spoon, and just growing and figuring it out.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Ad Podcast. We've got Kate O'Brien, one of the founders and CEO of Powers and Reasoning, a newly minted media agency, about 3 years, you said?
Yeah, that's
Let's
right.
go. And
3 year next
women-owned,
month.
women-operated?
Women-owned and certified, yes.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Love it. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
Tell me about your shop and what brought you to Possible this year.
Totally. Possible is my favorite conference.
It's a fun one, right?
Because everybody gets to meet and hang out and make better connections, I think, than any other conference. So
shout
out
hang.
to the Possible folks. Public service announcement. We have been in the industry of holding companies for all of our careers, and we realized that there's a better way to do performance media, and that's such an esoteric, silly word. Like, what does that mean?
Yep.
And so what that means to us is giving guaranteed results, whether that comes in savings or additional media or results.
I love that.
And so we've done that, and we figured out the model, and it has gone really fast and really quick with clients like Dude Wipes and Magic Spoon, and just growing and figuring it out.
Yeah, and direct-to-consumer brands, a lot of, like e-commerce.
Yep. Okay. We're also helping out a genetics company, too. We've started to realize that there's a big space in that world right now of helping them grow and figure out
I just saw an interview with a genetics company that does testing before IVF treatments and stuff, so you can have better outcomes, health reasons and stuff.
So
like
funny,
that.
like the world of genetics is very similar to like what we do in media, and then we're actually helping them
a lot
figure
of data.
out demand forecasts, and it's like, okay, we need to know how much to spend to make money back, and so we're doing that. Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's a growing category.
And then women-owned and operated. Was that important to your mission from the beginning?
So we just happen to be women.
That's
how I was born, and that's what we are. So
Uh-huh.
we went through the course of getting it MWBE certified, and we found out along the way that only 2%, I think, of agencies are female-owned.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Which is crazy.
And only 1% of, I know this because I used to work for a female founder, female agency owner, only 1% of Fortune 100 companies procure agencies that have that certification. So you see a lot of empowerment posts on LinkedIn, but it doesn't always show up in the procurement
it's
results.
just making sure everybody feels comfortable. We don't have to hire just females that look like us. It's just making sure everybody feels good. And
well, my CEO used to always I used to say hey, you need to join this group, or you need to become part of this certification, or go to this event. And for a long time, she was like, Dylan, I don't want to be known as a female entrepreneur. I want to be known as an entrepreneur. I was like, okay. But then over time, I think she realized that hey, look, this is a network. It's an important segment to support. It's an important component of your identity. And some brands need that female touch. We bring different sensibilities and
everyone's different. And I had one of my clients was like, well, are you worried in this political climate that I was like, well, look, I'm not leading with pink hearts and strawberry shortcakes. I just happen to be a female, and there's some cool certification. There's not a lot of us, so let's do it. We're business first.
Mm-hmm.
We're rational powers of reasoning, but why not? When in Rome, let's do it.
So. I love it. So on the outcome side, did that feel risky at all, coming out with a brand proposition where you actually guaranteed?
We've guaranteed. I mean, we wrote one client literally a check our first year for $800,000, and it was the most satisfying thing. Also funny because they needed a check for some reason, so we actually got to write a check.
That's so good.
So it was really cool, and it's back to the genetics and everything we're working on. We also are helping people understand what is your revenue that you're going to generate and your ROAS. Mm-hmm. So those are two different things, and there's two different models. And sometimes your ROAS can be great. It's $12 and you only have to spend $25 million. But if you look at your incremental revenue, if you spend up to 50
because there's
or 70,
LTV, there's
you're going to
recurring
make
customers.
$400 million. So it's a fun thing. So when you do that analysis and you're with the client along the way, then everybody feels comfortable and you're all ready to go. So it's not scary at all.
That's awesome. I imagine there has to be more diligence on the front end of really understanding the business.
You have to set the goals,
aligning things,
and then get to the true performance of pay to play.
Yeah,
you got to have a year-long relationship that everybody, even for the clients, it's they need to make sure that they know what they're doing on their back end and tracking it as we do too. So then the second year you do it. What we really focus on too is for the buying tactics. I think everyone's non-disclosed, disclosed, principal. all these buying tactics, and everyone has a point of view, and I think you should just be transparent with the client of like, if you buy this way, you will get this.
Yeah.
And we will make sure, like if you need to have this, then we will do that. So you just walk through with the client and say, what is your biggest priority? And when you kind of matrix that out, it becomes very clear to everybody what's the most important.
Yeah,
so we buy upfronts, we also buy DR, we do deals, like we do all of it, but I think the conversation is so wrong about principal, non-principal, disclosed, non-disclosed. Have you talked to the client of what that actually means?
Everybody CMOs like it because they get to go back to their board and say, hey, I got us from 2% to 1.75, like awesome.
Yeah.
But then, then there's these, backroom deals with publishers where they're getting, cut or
1,000%. And so, and I don't think people talk about, like we are in the business of business. Like no one is.
Yeah, everyone needs to make money.
You have a way to make money is buy this outfit. I do too. So it's like, there might be back-end deals, but then you should be telling the client, if we do this way, there probably is a back-end deal. And I think for the client, what we really push is that we will guarantee placements.
Yeah.
So there's no secret. We have to tell them, like the biggest myth, it's like, we're not going to air you at 3 a.m. 5,000 times to get you the savings. You have to see and approve the media plan. We're going to make sure it performs. And if it doesn't, based off of our modeling and all of our attribution, then we will have to change it.
Yeah,
and that's the contract.
And you'll take some of that risk with them.
That's the risk you take. And that's what we should be doing. Like, that's
well,
what this industry does.
Smart, you're aligned with, client outcomes, which is, not always the case, right?
And also, like, you think about it, so we do full funnel, but so it's sure, like maybe some buying tactics or things are more efficient or better deals, but you cannot track every single buy, that's thousands and millions of buys. So it's when people also talk about undisclosed, it's like, if you had to actually audit all of those placements, you'd have to have a team of 17 people. And it's like, where are you focusing your money and your risk and your contracts and your performance? And so it should be with the agent of making sure it's the best deal for you.
Is AI helping more with that attribution modeling to, accrue every sale and map it back?
It definitely is. I love MMM. We're like obsessed with it, obviously from performance media. We're trained in MMM. It is so cool how fast you can get the models and for the cost. Like what used to be over $1 million, 2 readouts twice a year. By the time you get it, that campaign is gone. That product has changed.
No opportunity to optimize.
There's no real opportunity.
It's not really actionable.
And now you can actually get it on a monthly basis. And you can actually, then through the buying and everything, you can actually make the changes. So in our platform, we can figure out the savings, we can see the results, we can read the MMM, and then go back in.
Wow.
So it's
and this is your own tech?
Yeah.
You guys have built in-house?
Yeah.
Very cool.
So it's just a platform that pays you back.
That's amazing.
But it's like what we all want. Like everybody, I think it's pretty common sense.
Yeah,
like it's
totally.
a logical thing that everybody
Well, and in the world of vibe coding, right? It's like it's not, you don't have to go raise a bunch of money in order to create these things.
And people want different MMM partners, and that's because you don't want me checking my own homework. So it's like whatever, we can plug into whoever, and it has been so nice with AI and things like this. It's like everybody's open to partner.
Yeah, it's like almost conversations now are like, what can we build together versus what do you have to sell?
Even like clients like on LinkedIn, like we're trying to like grow our own awareness and followers, and like clients are like, I don't have, like, let's go. Before it was like so many like signed documents, and should we have this on here? And I think everyone's like, let's do our job.
Yeah,
and
I
have
love
fun.
that. So tell me about Possible. Are you showing up in other spaces for thought leadership, doing other things to kind of get your name out?
Yeah, back to being female founded, we hosted a brunch for 100 women in media this morning.
So fun.
Yeah.
Congratulations. How'd it go?
Awesome. It was in partnership with the organization called Our Third Place.
Oh, nice.
So it just helps media execs meet and hang out and network. And
so fun.
So we did that. And it was like really cool.
Did you have some panel speakers or just kind of just hang and socialize?
And for the first Monday morning, we're like, we're not going to push you guys on panels.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anything else you have planned for the week?
I do. I cannot remember at this moment. Because I'm talking to you guys, so I will let you know if you really, really care.
Totally. Is there anything going on this week, like thought leadership wise, where that's on the possible schedule you absolutely?
I'm always curious about the
see?
AI things. I just really want to get to like the good nugget. Like this morning we're all talking. It's like we really would like a real good nugget, and I think in our industry, especially with media, it's like we've been using large language models for a long time.
Yeah, machine learning was, back to IBM Watson. It's just a consumer brand. AI is the consumer branding of machine learning.
And I think we live in a creative space, whether you're left brain or right brain, where I think we all know how to use it, right? Mm-hmm. So I think we're all looking for this magical, like, what is it next? And I'm like, I think we are doing it.
Yeah.
And it is here, and this is what we're using, and it's...
Do you feel like agentic, this idea, like last year was like AI in general, this year it seems like agentic is a big kind of like hype word, like everything, you need to be able to kind of like have a prompt for every tool that you use, and you need to be able to talk back and forth with the data. Do you feel like, are you feeling like agentic is,
I think it's cool.
impacting the media industry yet?
And I think it's going to be, but I mean, we've like played with it, and it's flawed right now, and like,
still,
I mean, and as a small agency, I can't go test that, and I want on my client. It's like we've seen it, we've played with it, and we're like,
not quite there.
Not quite there.
Yeah, interesting.
And it's how much time is that really going to save? It's not saving us for our position that much time right now.
Got it.
And we're watching it.
Let's go.
We'll let other people experience it. I'm not going to mess up a media buy on that, though.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, pleasure to have you on.
Pleasure to be
chat
on,
a little
guys.
bit. Yeah. So if folks at home want to follow along with your thinking or connect with the agency, there's a female entrepreneur out there, not just females, but if you want to,
we love them
that's
all.
an important designation for you, which it should be. Where do you want to send people to connect with you, follow along with
Check
your
us out
thought
on
leadership?
LinkedIn on Powers of Reasoning and Powers of Reasoning, our website.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks,
Appreciate your
man.
time.
I really appreciate
Let's
it.
go.
Bye,
Cheers.
guys.
Bye-bye.